You see it in everything. So many examples. You see it, with kids at school making fun of other kids because of their skin complexion, yet you are both looked down on. Hello and welcome to another episode. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I ran across this video that clearly shows how divided we are. We are worrying about the wrong thing for a lot of reasons. And it really goes over the divide and conquer concept. So I ran across this video on African Dysphoria News. It's a YouTube channel that has, and I don't know if it's like broadcasted as well, but it is very popular, and they go over the news that's happening in other countries as well, dealing with Black people, right? So when I originally went across to the title, I'm going to share my screen. So when I originally ran across the title, it says immigrant says Black Americans are lazy and on welfare in angry outbursts. I just see a Black man driving a car. I see Uber, whatever the case is. I go on just to see what they're talking about. And I'm not going to, because the video is like almost an hour and it was a live stream. So I know that they went into some deep topics here, but I'm not actually going to go over the whole video because it was something that I noticed about the situation that just really shows how disconnected we are and how people worship the oppressor versus rather than coming together and uniting. Like, if you look, so apparently when I first started watching the video, so he's about to say something that created a whole lot of outbursts in the comments.
I'm looking at some of y'all comments.
It said immigrant says Black Americans are lazy and on welfare in angry outbursts. So here's what he's saying.
All right, so I'm looking at some of y'all comments, and some people can't read a title very well. It seems, because one person was saying a comment like, basically, I'm indicting all Jamaicans. I mean, which I'm not. I mean, you see the title says Jamaican immigrant means one person. Immigrants with an S means all. Immigrant means one. Okay. So make sure you read a little bit. Do you know how easily people are scammed these days? It's like so ridiculous how people are scammed, or people like fall for anything. Like, it's crazy how people will fall for things. Like, I think on Facebook and even YouTube, before they kind of made some changes, somebody could go and just type something to you, take your profile picture. Don't even look at if the name is matching right. Don't even say, let me click this and see what channel it's in. All you have to do is click the profile and you will see if that's who it is talking to you or not. Like, it's crazy. Or people take text messages and just assume it's from somewhere. Or how many people have been scammed out of their bank accounts by even certain text messages, calls, whatever, right? It's like, it's crazy that just a little due diligence, just a little bit, will prevent billions of dollars being lost from being scammed. So don't be that guy or that lady. Please double check, triple check. I learned something today that please double check, triple check scam. So don't be that guy or that lady. Please double check, triple check. I learned something today that, anytime somebody all of a sudden sending you messages and they say, hey, reply, stop, that could be a scammer. Or this one lady said, she was a private, investigator. She says that sometimes they'll send you a message like that and you'll say stop just so they can find out your location. So the private investigator said, just block those numbers and don't respond to it. See, it's different. It's just different things you learn, right? Yes, Jane Smith. Reading is fundamental. And unfortunately, a lot of Americans don't like to read. A lot of Americans do not like to read. They just want to point, click, and just go with it. And that's how they're scammed out of billions of dollars.
And that's true. With this world that we live in where they make everything so easy, the kids aren't even knowing how to spell common words. Like, not just, I'm talking about teenagers. Okay, teenagers going into adulthood because of all of the abbreviations and the acronyms, and the what's it, spell check or correction or whatever the case is, I literally try to read some of these kids and young adults like text messages or different comments or whatever the case is, and it's like I'm having to look up on Google because it's like I'm not about to remember all of these different shorthand words. Like I'm just not. I mean, there's just different things that I notice about that, but that's not the main reason. That's not the main gist of this video. Okay, that's not the main gist of this video. It's the fact that he had to change the title because the title's changed now. It just says immigrant. That's when I first came on it, but apparently it said Jamaican immigrant, and it caused outrage in the comment section. And then I'm gonna actually go to the comment section and see what people were originally, because this was 3 days ago, okay, are saying about what's going on here. And it says, how are they gonna call us lazy and won't fix their own damn country? So this is, of course, going off of the original title. And I just want to point out how easy it is for us to be divided. If you look at it from a reality standpoint, okay, Jamaicans, Black Americans, you know, the ancestors of the slaves that were in America, same thing, Jamaicans, we were there, we were brought there, slaves. No, our ancestors were, you know, sent there to be slaves, right? It's so crazy how we are quick with the swiftness to attack each other, go at each other, divide amongst each other. Okay, because we are Israel. And, you know, I'm happy that more and more people are waking up, and we are in a time where I kept hearing, and now I'm seeing we're in a time of awakening. We're in a time of the truth coming to the light, people waking up and seeing what's going on. But now that we are waking up, now that more and more of us are waking up, we need to take action. We need to make improvements. We need to judge ourselves. Look at ourselves, judge each other and from a place of love, from a place of we need to correct, a place of correction. But you have people, and then when you'll see 517 likes. How would they fix their country? I am excited for your reply. Okay. Won't they can vote, create jobs, work, build homes, open businesses, and create wealth for their country. And it's crazy because, you know, Black Americans, you know, your ancestors were the one that America was built off of Black slaves, you know, the Israelites, okay, backs. We are, and we do this so much where we literally just break each other down, and it comes from a past. There is a past of it, okay? And when I say white people, I'm not saying all white people, but clearly we know what happened in history, and you have to say things and tiptoe over things like this because of how sensitive people are and how much they're willing to attack their own people versus go hard at the government, the powers that be, that are actually the ones who are dividing us, who are had this master plot to destroy all of us, right? Because if you really look at it, America, the statue of where it's at, the luxuriness of what it seems, because Babylon is definitely falling. America is crumbling right before us, and a lot of other countries, a lot of other nations are realizing how America move, what type of bully entity they are. But it's all an act at the end of the day. This is all prophesized, and it is just a plot to create the new one world order situation, right? But that's what's going on the stage, right? And America is built off of slaves' backs, right? So that is why their infrastructure, their currency at the moment is, you know, seen and revered as something to look up to, something that is high status, whatever the case is, right? But the very people that they destroyed, the very families that they broke up, the very humans that they beat, raped, tarnished, desecrated on, all of these things, they make sure that they're at the bottom of the pit, that they're at the bottom of the barrel, that they're in the ghettos, that they're in the destruction, that they're in the poorly educated neighborhoods, that they're in the toxic environmental racism. That's something that you should look up. Redlining, whenever you try to go, there are so many things against Black Americans, regardless of what nationality you come from, because there's some of us that look alike, but we're not from the same nationality. Okay, but anyone who is non-white, we go back into history and we see that slavery, what did they do? They still divide and conquer. Yes, they took the slaves and they divided that group to America. Some slaves went to Jamaica, some slaves went to Spain. Some, we were divided. We were split up. Israel, we were split up. Read your Bible, page by page. You will wake up. It's in Deuteronomy. Because of our ancestors' disobedience, because of their treachery, because they were drawing. God did so much for us, and He told us what it is. But like a loving Father, He told us ahead of time. God did not have to do that, but people still disobeyed. People still didn't appreciate Him and the blessings that He was giving them. They strayed away. They worshipped lowercase g fake idols, fake gods. Now we're here. Definitely, white people went overboard, drawled, because the level of traumatic desecration of our people was intense. Was completely just gruesome and murderous. The quality of life that happened, and then you also see, even from the just being in America or being in any of the other countries, they would divide the slaves from dark skin to light skin. So the lighter you were, the higher chance that you'd be in the house. The lighter you are, you're in the house. You're a house slave. The darker you are out in the field. And that was one of the first divides too, right? That was a division. Divide and conquer, pitting them against each other. Because you see it till today. You see it until today. And I sometimes, I'd be shocked when I hear it, like, but amongst ourselves, yeah, that kid with the good hair. Just that term alone, showing how much there's so much self-hate. It still runs through till today. And you know who's laughing while this is going on? Satan. And yet people think, you're religious. No, there's not. It's not religious. That's also another way to divide, because the truth is the truth, and we will see. God created everything. All of it is on a division scale. This is not religion. This is reality. And you need to create a relationship with the Most High before it's too late. But we see this, them dividing and whatnot, the self-hate that still runs strong till today. You see it in everything. So many examples. You see it, with kids at school making fun of other kids because of their skin complexion, yet you are both looked down on. And it's crazy because I was born here in America, raised in America. It's just so many things that's going on here, and the life, the stress, the trauma that goes on, right? You grow up, we see the examples. If you were a millennial, you grew up on Disney Channel, even now, you grew up on these different shows, and you see primarily white. You see primarily white. If you see that black person, that one token black person, they're usually lighter. Or if you see that black movie where you see more black kids and it's talking about the destruction and it's talking about being in the hood, you'll see that the main characters are usually lighter, even if they are not white. This is all brainwashing. This is all programming. You see these different stars. Certain stars are not going to go above and beyond because of their skin color. So they feel like they have to do extra. They feel like they have to be extra nasty. And that's the truth. You have to be extra nasty nowadays sexually to be able to rise up as a black woman artist, if you will. And then not a lot of the time, you don't even have to be an artist. They have ghostwriters. They have different things that you could use. You see the Ice Spices, the Cardi B's. I remember there was a comment a while ago that said, "Oh, Ice Spice is really, classy," right? But if you look at it compared to the Sukianas, the Megan Thee Stallions, you notice how when it's getting darker, it gotta get even nastier. I'm not saying that Cardi B ain't nasty, okay? That she's not doing nasty things to out in public to get likes, right? Instead of leaving that in the privacy of her marriage bed, the world is their marriage bed. And you look at it and you see how color gets you where you need to go. It will depict how you need to act, and not even need, but how in this world. All right, because if you value your soul, you know that you don't need to do any of that. But in this world, this evil world, in order to be amongst the high rankings, that's their high rankings. That's what people feel like they need to do. When in reality, God has everything for us. He could give you your desires, but people aren't willing to surrender to his will. People aren't willing to actually follow the commandments, show God that you love him. John 14:15, right? And trying your best, because we're not perfect. We're gonna fall short from time to time. There are gonna be times when we didn't organize correctly, or we get anxiety, or whatever the case is. But he knows your heart. He just knows. If you really think about it, how much we're being divided, look how easy it is for us, for people to get triggered. And we're Israel right now. We're supposed to be coming together. There's a Bible verse. It says, gather yourselves together, ye gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree, bring forth before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid, and maybe ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So God, Jesus coming back. Okay, God's coming back, and we need to be gathering together, not ripping each other apart because of a term, because of a word, because of nationality. Look at the comments. They can vote. Oh, another comment says, thanks, that was misspelled. Oh no, let me go to the next comment. All right, it says, the issue is not that we are lazy. The issue is they are jealous of us. And I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? I never really thought that deeply into this, but this really has opened my eyes to the fact that, again, people don't look at each other as we are the ones that are good. Because regardless of what you look like, Black, Jamaican, I mean, there could be different features and stuff like that that's, prominent in Jamaican versus American, whatever, right? But it's like it's still, no matter what, when you walk into a job interview, and there's a white man there, he's gonna look at you as Black, regardless. He don't know what Black you from, but he know that you Black. And depending on how he was raised is how he's gonna maneuver with you. And it's crazy. And as a Black woman, you going into job, but back in the day when I go in a job interview, I wouldn't dare to go and just wear my natural hair. Like, as far as I can remember, there was always a straight wig that was in the mix, or some type of a wig that mimicked that of of a white woman, or another nationality with straight or curly hair. And I didn't really think deeply into that. That's why I'm grateful to God. It is the Lord that has made me wake up and be like, what? My hair is beautiful. But because we live, our hair is beautiful, regardless, because we could have multiple textures, right? That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of us. We can have multiple textures. Our hair defies gravity. Like, that's dope. And the thickness, the shine, it depends. There's different levels, of course. But the fact that you're working hard to maintain this wig that only God knows where it came from. Okay, really, really think about that. They could say, oh, it's from this, it's from that. But if you really think about it, you really don't know what you're putting on your head. Because wigs used to irritate me. My scalp, my skin did not like wigs at all. I'm talking itchy, breaking out, stuff like that. Even I remember I spent $1,000 on a wig. Yes. I regret it, but I'm happy that I learned, okay, that no matter what price, no matter where they said it came from, my body just was like, ew, get this foreign object off me. I grow hair like, abundantly. right? It's just because you're not taking care of yourself. You're not you're not eating right. You're listening to and following other women instead of seeking God for validation and realizing that He gave you so much beauty. He gave you so much. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. But essentially, what these comments are saying is wild. It's wild because they're jealous. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? Like, since because I'm Jamaican, my ancestry is Jamaican, right? And some other things. But my ancestry is mainly that's what I can remember, because that's a part of the curse is we don't remember where our history, our past. If you go to certain white families, I'm just being completely honest, you'll see they'll have pictures of their family members from the revolution, and they know where their family came from hundreds of years ago. They'll even have documents and trinkets and what's it called, basically items that are passed on. I can't think of the word right now, but basically items that are passed on through generations. They have generational wealth, especially if their ancestors owned slaves, they have access to the fruits of the slaves. Okay, they have access to the lands, the plantation, the money, the bank account. Because when you have certain type of money, you have certain type of knowledge. You have access to certain type of knowledge to know where to invest your money so that your future generations could have that generational wealth. Are there a lot of situations where you see these certain people in colleges and different things, and they didn't do better than you in school? They just got in through the doors because they know the deans, or they're related to the dean's aunts, uncles, cousins, second removed. So they have access. They have access to certain things, and that's just what it is. And it's a lot of times, it's not because they worked hard. It's because of who they know. While as a Black American, or one that grew up in the environmentally poor situation, both chemically, because that plays a big part. A lot of Black homes are lead, and lead is a very it's there, and there's multiple studies. Lead is poisonous for us and can affect a child's development. That's why you need to pray. You need to pray for God's protection. That's one of the infinite reasons to pray for protection, because and it's crazy that they said that. Jealous of what? This is, since growing up here as a person that sees, I obviously I didn't grow up in Jamaica, but I went multiple times, and I hear about the changes now and how they are trying to be like, the youth are trying to be more like Americans. Not even just the youth, but different whomever. Not everybody, okay, but I'm hearing about it a lot. Okay, I'm hearing about it a lot. And that's how you can see that Americans could be like, oh, they're trying to be like us. Oh, they're trying to this, that, and the third. And it's crazy because if you really think about it, like this example of women, okay, Black women who wear wigs, who I've seen all types of, through the years, I used to be like, wow, how do they melt this lace? Okay, because when we good at something, we really good at something, right? And how they melt this lace, and I see different methods. I mean, I'm talking straight sorcery. I'm talking mathematicians. I'm talking, and then on the other side of it, I look and I'm saying, wow, you really don't, it's like, really, you really don't care what type of chemicals is going on you, because that's glue on your skin. You don't know what they processed in that place. It's just being put on your skin, and then you put it on, you leave it on. All you care about is that the glue sticks and stays on there for a certain amount of time, as long as possible. I've seen a video recently where a girl was putting on lashes with Gorilla Glue, and then saying, oh, this is not gonna come off for days. Girl, that's not gonna come off for months. Like, that's not safe for your eyes. You have no idea how, like, women will literally destroy themselves in the long run just for a moment of validation. Okay, because that's an example of somebody trying to be like another group, because naturally Black women's hair isn't just straight. Okay, it's not that texture. As far as the women that we see now, I'm not saying that's an example of somebody trying to be like somebody else, whether they think so or not. whether they think so or not. Because if you look at it, Black women, and not just Americans, but of all different nationalities of Black, Africa, Jamaica, they bleach. Okay, not all. I have to reiterate that because people will just take it and run with it. Oh, you said all? No. Some or a lot, really, a lot of Black women and men, but not as much as women though, because you'll see it's more prevalent in women because of the beauty standards, and women are judged based off of that. But you'll see them trying to be lighter, trying to be whiter, right? So would you say that Black women are jealous of white women? And this is a question that we need to ask ourselves and face any type of face yourself from the inside and really look at why that is, and why you grew up on the Hannah Montana, the iCarly, the um Selena Gomez, the I don't know what her name was in the joint, I forgot. Even That's So Raven, she was that's as one of the one of the best shows as far as Disney Channel goes. I'm just naming things off Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, whatever. But you see, even her, she was a lighter complexion, right? And she wasn't just rocking her natural hair. You know what I'm saying? Or like they straightened it. They did whatever. Okay, like you see all of these different. The fact that I can name so many different, I just can't. I said Kim. Lizzie McGuire. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you grow up watching all of these lighter, whiter, straight hair, white, light, straight hair, white, like, you know what I mean? It's a programming, it's a repetition. So now Black women are getting up and doing this thing. So and I'm getting to a point here when it comes to this, is the issue is not that we are lazy. The issue is that they are jealous of us, right? But I remember, and I don't celebrate none of these pagan holidays after knowing exactly. Even back then, it wasn't about that. It was, I just wanted some candy, but it was a Halloween, right? Again, satanic, pagan. You look it up. Whatever you do, whatever you're moving, whatever you're giving your attention to, you're supporting, and you're allowing certain things into your life. But that's a whole nother topic. But no, I definitely don't celebrate Halloween anymore. But when we were kids and we were under the guardianship of my parents, we would go out to the more affluent neighborhoods to go trick-or-treating. Okay, and they just happen to be white neighborhoods. I'm walking with my adorable 5-year-old brother, and we're walking, and as soon as we're, as we look behind us because we hear something coming, it's these white people that are in a car screaming the N-word, and it's the kids, and the parents are driving. We all just went like this looking as I'm gonna have to block it out. And I thank God they didn't throw anything at us or anything like that. And I'm 30. So this happened probably like 17 years ago or something like that, I believe. I don't know. Or maybe I was like 10. I don't know. Probably a couple decades ago, but that's not long ago, right? And it was a very traumatic experience for me, but I didn't talk about it. They did that. I'm looking. I'm a kid. I'm just like, and then we just go. We keep walking, and we don't even talk about it. My mom don't even say nothing, right? What is there to be jealous of here, yo? From the moment that I came to reality about things, from the moment I saw things, I seen, oh yeah, this person, they have this, they have that. Why don't I have these things? Then from the age of 17, working for $7.50. I remember I was working in a beauty supply store where the primary clientele is Black, but working for a staff who I believe they were from, it was some Asian descent. And there was a Black woman that was probably around 30 at that time. I was 17, and when everybody walked into that store, everybody knew her, right? I'm a name her Dee Dee, right? And everybody walks in the store. Hey, Dee Dee, girl, where can I? You know what I'm saying? Whatever they come through, I think they even would tip her too. They would ask her, "Oh, where's that hair gel at, Dee Dee? Where that hair gel at? Oh, girl, you know where it's at. It's all the way at the bed of that. Or they changed it. They put it over here." She knew everything. Whenever it was time for a girl to come forth and be like, yo, Dee Dee, my hair's been really dry. Like, what do you think I should do? This woman would scientifically describe what products you should get. And it would obviously it would work because there were so many people that would come back to her and say, "Yo, what's up? I need to come to you. I come here for you." Da da da. But there was we would always talk about it. It was like, "Yo, Didi, why you not manager? Why you not in charge of this whole shebang? You should be getting paid. Or why you getting paid the same?" And she's been there for years, years. Okay, Black woman, right? And I wonder what happened to her. But we kept having this conversation, and then there was the manager. The manager ended up leaving for some reason, or whatever the case is. She was Asian, and we were like, "Yo, this could be your chance. Go ask, go talk about it. Put your foot down. Put your foot down, Didi." She just was like real lackluster, bad complaint, like, "Oh, I don't know, da da. That would be nice, da 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 da." And then we saw one day we came into work, we saw another Asian woman, probably younger than Mimi. I'm not even sure, but she was, or probably around the same age. Can't really tell or remember, but she just looked mad naive, a little bit of English. And we figured that would happen because they keep it in the family. They keep it in the family. They keep it amongst themselves, right? Even though Didi was the perfect manager, the perfect option to get that pay grade, she came in new, fresh, just started, and was manager. And I'm happy. When I left that place, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was like leaving. No one cared. None of them really cared that much. There was the one boss who was younger, so he probably was more in touch. But the older the older ones, the older men, the one of them was telling me as I'm clocking out, "Oh, there's a customer. You need to go and help the customer." And I'm just like, I don't work here anymore, right? The clock strikes whatever it strikes. I don't get paid anything extra to do this. And you know what he gonna say? This and storms off. I know what he wanted to say because I knew what type of environment that was and how it was just. I'm talking. It was crazy, and I got paid under the table at that time, but it was hardly anything. It went just like that, cutting boxes in the hot sun. And that's when I said, I cannot do the 9 to 5 thing. I have to hustle for myself. And I had been doing door to door ever since. and commission work, where you work, you grind, you get your money. And some of them were like pay hourly, but still, just to get more bread out of your paycheck. And it was a hustle, it was a grind. And I don't really have much to show for it except for the skills that I learned. But the point that I'm trying to make is, you guys, you're saying that the country, the infrastructure is great, is grand, whatever the case is, but there's nothing to be jealous of here. Like, and I'm talking to any other country or whatever the case is, because they put toxins in our food. All right. So many examples of that, but I don't want to make this video too long. They put toxins in our food. They put chemtrails, toxins in the air for you to breathe in. Their medical system is so lavish and luxurious because we paying for it. And because they are creating the diseases, they're creating the problems, they're creating the issues through the food, through the air, through the environmental racism, through all of that. They're doing this. They're creating this segregation, but it's like, you want to be up so high, but really it's costing. And yes, I completely understand why people even think of that, because I know of my family, not all of them, but certain parts. I don't even call them family, relatives, who will literally, if I was to go try to pay taxes on the acres and acres of land that are out there that's not being farmed, that no one's caring about, there's taxes due on it. If you go out there, you pay the taxes, they don't care who you are, who you related to, or if you're related to them, they'll try to murk you. That's what I heard. And they're fighting over something that they're not even planting, that they're not even giving nurturing care. Yes, there is definitely a lot of that. But does that sound familiar with all of the nations that are undesired, that are less desired than and seen or revered as high? Does that seem familiar? Because if you come living in America, there are so many situations where it's not brotherly love. It's not, helping each other, loving your neighbor. Especially now that things are getting more and more unsafe. People are against each other. The most crab in the bucket mentality. And I'm talking about all, like I said, American, Jamaican, all, fighting over land that's not even getting cultivated, that's not even bearing any fruit. But dare anybody try to pay for the land or anything, because they don't want to dish out the money to pay for the land to make it beautiful. Because yes, Jamaica has one of the most beautiful landscapes, some of the most rich. I mean, the soil is so fertile, it's ready to grow, it does grow, it bears so much fruit, so much beauty. The air quality in Jamaica is better than America. There's so many resources. But if you look at it, everybody always wants what's sees like the grass is greener on the other side. When in fact, there's nothing to be jealous about Americans. I'm telling you, because they're living in this law. You see what you're seeing. You thinking people have money when really it's a trap. It's a trap, and that's something we were talking about. And I'll touch on in other videos. If you're interested, you are feeling any of the type of content, and you are understanding what I'm trying to say is that, this is division. Like, look at the comments. It says, have the nerve to call us lazy. Meanwhile, some are too lazy to fix their own country. But we're not even able to fix this country. Biden just raised the taxes $5.5 trillion. That's going to affect everybody, even though they're trying to say, oh, it's for businesses. What do you think the business is going to do? They already hiking up prices because they want to be competitive, but then now they're going to hike up the prices even higher. There's a McDonald's, I think it's in Texas, that has no humans. It is all AI powered. So there is no human interaction. People are losing their jobs. They're going towards EV cars. So now the mom and pop small repair shop is going to be exited out, because by 2030, 2035, they're trying to completely get rid of gas cars. We have to see what's going on here. Stop going and attacking each other when we need to be looking at who the real oppressor is. I've came across too many of them acting as though they're better. You have to check them right away if they talk crazy around you. So not even talking to you, but around you. I don't put up with it. Fix your country and show us you're not lazy. Like, and it's funny, when I was growing up, one of the stereotypes was, oh, Jamaicans, they be having 3, 4, 5 jobs. That was, and there's a reason for certain stereotypes, and I can attest it through experience that yes, that is most definitely true. But nowadays, the newer generation, and it's affecting everybody. I'm not saying that all newer generations are no, but if you can see through the numbers, there was a lot of people that are not willing to work, that were younger. There's a lot of people that are not willing to do certain things, and you seeing it's becoming more of a scam culture. And then you can see it in Jamaica as well. There's a lot of scammers now, because they want to live the fake, non-existent, with delusion, programming, lie American dream that does not exist, because it's a facade. Like, there's so much trash here. It's a lie. It is a lie. But anyway, they want to go and say, oh, they want to live, but not knowing that they're literally the ground that they're standing on is wealth. Wealth is land, and rich people know that. That's how a lot of rich people be getting rich off of real estate. And y'all don't even, like, Jamaicans don't even know it. Different people for different islands don't even know it if they just cultivated it. Y'all have land, but it's, again, it is the evils. It's the one percenters that have this type of power, and people are giving them that type of power through, you vote not through who you voting for, Democrat, Republican. That's all a lie. You vote where you spend your money. You vote where you give your attention, right? So, you're saying all this, and it's like, why we gotta come and attack each other? They don't see no difference. Oh, you seeing this person Jamaican, this person Haitian, this person Dominican, whatever, right? They see is you not white. Remember the one drop rule? You could be looking as white as possible. If they even know that even one person was black in your bloodline, right? That they can find out you black, and you will be treated as such. Maybe not in the immediate situation. If somebody looking at you, you could pass, right? But it's so much wrong here, and we really need to discuss this and tackle the situation and be uniting and trying to create independence, our own situation. But what can you really do? What can you really do? And and I don't know if this is how good this is, but Jamaica definitely is becoming more metropolitan in many areas. And from what I see, it's like the richest, the air quality is better, the water is. This has literally been tested. America is trying to kill us. I'm trying to tell you, if you can get out to the rural areas, at the very least, if you can buy land, invest in the land, because the dollar is crashing. It's important for us to teach our daughters, our mothers, fathers teaching their sons. You see, black on black violence, black on black crime, but as soon as a white person do is, oh, it's but we need to go and fix the things that we need to work on, because we are so powerful. Look at Black Wall Street, how they burned it down. It's because they saw that black people were uniting. They don't want that. We need to unite and not be fighting. You see the man in the video. I didn't even watch the video, but it's like just seeing that to say, oh, it's whatever at the end of the day. Because I'm sure there are many, and I've seen many Black Americans say some ignorant stuff. Okay, I've seen Jamaicans, anyone, Haitian, whatever. I'm sure have said somebody has said something ignorant. I'm going beyond nationality. Someone has said something ignorant that you know of, whether it's whoever the nationality, race, whatever. But you see, whenever they try to unite, Bob Marley, another example, he was reaching across. He was reaching different nationalities with his music and his message, which was to unite. And no one, everybody wants to say but they killed him. They didn't want us. They don't want us to unite. They push this type of separation, fighting. They want to separate Adam and Eve. This is all something that we see that they're pushing. And it says, it's interesting that this popped up. It says, where does the anti-Black American sentiment come from abroad come from? Look at Sukihana. There's like, people are going to look at certain things and make assumptions about the whole group. Look at who Black Americans. It's ironic how Black Americans are angry, but then they go and follow people like Krishan. Okay, they go and follow people like Ice Spice. They follow these people. That the story with Issa Tisa got probably billions, I don't even know, views, right? And it's promoting the separation of Adam and Eve, the dominance of Eve, and throwing down Adam and doing this, and Adam is just crazy, and she's just, even though she doesn't even take, like, you know what I'm saying, the account, it really was all her. She let that in her situation, promoting the feminist thing, gold digging. Oh, he paying the bill, so that's the same thing Sprinkle be talking about. That Sprinkle lady. Oh yeah, as long as he paying the bills, I don't care if he cheat. I don't care if yeah. They see stuff like that, and those are the spearheads of the whole group, regardless of where you come from. Because again, you could look, we kind of, we could tell the differences and different like features and whatnot. But I'm saying, as far as from what white people see, we basically all Black. When you go into a situation, you Black, right? You foreign Black, you here Black, whatever, but you Black. That's what they see, and they are white. That's what they see, right? So when we say that, we really have to make changes. We all have to make changes. Nobody is free of the crap that has been going on. It's crazy how they say that, and then look at our country. Look at the terrorists that they're letting in. Not all, obviously, but there was literally a terrorist that was arrested at the border saying that he came to bomb New York. Like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Things are changing. This country is turning into, a crazy situation. They even have put a travel advisory on the Caribbean islands, but it's like, y'all literally had a shooting a few days ago. That's why I said, it's just like, I don't understand. At this point, we need to just come together. That's what should be happening, because it's just wild. But This video definitely has gotten long. I expect my own video to be an hour, but if you stuck around and if you support this type of content, let YouTube know, let the algorithms know, subscribe, like, and share. And really, we need to look from within at what's going on, because again, you vote based on who you're liking, sharing, and subscribing to, where you put your money at. Okay, we need to understand it. Fathers, training up your sons to not pick up a gun and kill each other, kill your fellow brother. No, no. And mothers, for to or for your sons to be scamming, that's the way to get there. No. Or you see, mothers, you need to train your daughters up so that they don't run to OnlyFans, because they see, oh, that's an easy opportunity, not knowing that could ruin their entire future. All because they see Ice Spice doing it. All because they see Cardi B doing it. All because they see these women getting this type of attention. They feel like they need to. No, we need to come together. We need to come together. I also have a book, if you want to show your support, basically going over that I, if I had known when I was younger, that I would have been able to avoid so much growing up in this world as a woman, of color, right? Growing up as a Black little girl, as a, you know, growing up in this place as a Black woman trying to figure out this world. Like trying to figure out this world. Okay, a Jamaican American trying to figure out this world. And just the different lies that are being told. I hate to use the word feminism, but that's what it has been. It's been a toxic poison. And also I wanted to, and I'll be coming out with more content and more books about going over the motherhood, things that we really need to be talking about. I can't really talk about on these platforms. And more importantly, picking up your Bible, reading even a few chapters a day, gaining that discernment, relationship with the Most High, repenting, showing God that you love Him, following the commandments. Because these people think that you have to sell your soul to be. No, you don't. Your soul is priceless. Like Jesus said, what is it to lose your soul to gain the world? This wishy-washy, evil, corrupt world. Okay, God's coming back for the keys. Like he's letting Satan do his thing right now, but best believe when Jesus come back, the only thing that may save you, that may save you, is that it's just Him. There's nothing. These billionaires that are trying to hide and build their bunkers, nothing's gonna hide them from the wrath of God. Okay. But be blessed. God loves you. Jesus loves you. But be blessed. I love you. I hope that we could come together. I hope, but be blessed. I love you. I hope that we could come together. I hope that we could wake up. I hope that we come together. I hope that people can wake up and know that this is all a lie that we're living. There is no American dream. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. And you can have more opportunity than you think. Peace.